Hi there guys, Sam here. So I wanted to share an update on my Goodyear Eagle F1 Asymmetric 6s. Now I did a video a couple of months ago back in, back when I got the tyres. Since then I've done about 800 miles. Let me just turn on, so what am I on? 50,343. I put them on about 49,600 miles, round about that sort of mark. So when I did the update to you guys, I sort of was basically saying my initial sort of first impressions of the tyres. I came from Michelin PS4s onto the Goodyear Eagle F1 Asymmetric 6s. And I got to say, the change was a lot bigger than I thought. And it really makes me understand how much tyres make a huge difference to your car, particularly if you've got a little bit more of a sporty potentially car like my Golf R, my Mark 7. The biggest thing with the Goodyears is the comfort is 100% improved. Road noise does seem a lot better, to be fair. Economy wise, I still can't tell, but it feels like as the tread is sort of like that initial layers getting off, it seems to be getting back to where it kind of was before. Grip wise is strong, but the big change for me as a driver as well is subjectively just the weight in the steering, whether it's in eco mode where the steering is lighter anyway on my Golf R, as you can see, it's even more lighter, and in race mode where it's heavier, it's not as heavy as it was on the Michelins. Now that's a little bit of a shame, because I went for these tyres to actually get a little bit more subjective feel. Now I'm not going to complain about having a more comfortable tyre, and at the end of the day you can actually go faster, particularly in the UK. I mean, there's potholes everywhere. I'm filming this in sort of like, sort of getting towards the end of March now, 2023, mid-March, and it's just horrendous on the roads. I've never seen it so bad, and unfortunately it just seems to be getting worse and worse. You know, there's only so much space in this country for roads, and only so many cars and vehicles can fit on them. So that's something there. So should I complain? Not really, but at the same point I kind of want that bit more fun, and I have sort of been thinking, oh well, why don't you just get another set of tyres? Why don't you get another set of wheels? Why don't you get some Cup 2s and enjoy it for the summer months? Because I was really surprised about how much it has changed the car. It's changed it quite a lot. So I mean, the benefits is I can sort of go over bumps without sort of crashing around as much, which is quite nice. Another big benefit as well is the sidewall protection that you get on these Goodyears. I've definitely noticed a difference. In fact, last week I was visiting my dad, and you have to park pretty close to a curb, not gonna lie, because it was quite a tight parking space. And I sort of I was like, oh no, I've touched it. Oh God, you know, I've probably marked it or something like that. Came back to it, there wasn't anything on it at all. It has really got that sidewall protection. It really is reinforced. So that's a big positive. The other sort of side of things, I actually think price wise, I think they're really, really good. Sort of looking around now, particularly for my size of wheel, 225 section tyres, 225 35? Or, tyres. I'll pop it on screen anyway, and that's for the 18-inch wheels. I think they offer quite a lot. For me, it's a bit of a wanting to have some fun. I kind of want some Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2s. Now I know road noise is going to increase on that, and I know, you know, at the end of the day they don't last as long tyre wear, and economy wise it's not as good. But if you want to have a bit of fun, and this car's four-wheel drive anyway, so it's not exactly like, you know, you're going to get the back end out or anything like that. I'll have to have a think. I can't really complain, and I'm sort of also leaning towards, well, Sam, if you really wanted that extra fun, why don't you just get a more fun car? Why don't you just get a sports car or something like that? I've always sort of wanted to get a Porsche, and maybe that's something potentially, or I just stick with this and enjoy. You know, I'm very fortunate to have amazing subscribers, and if you are subscribed to the channel actually, and you would like to either lend me a car or sort of have something shared on the channel, please feel free to reach out, DM me on Instagram. If you have any questions or comments or anything about anything, generally comment in the YouTube videos that I do. I'll always tend to get back onto there. Try to avoid asking me just normal random questions on Instagram. I can't get back to you all, unfortunately. Reach out to me on that or via email if you want to actually have a car featured on the channel. So that's a part of that. what more can I say? I suppose looks wise, the tyre, it's sort of like, well, hey, listen, I'll show you. It's just the tyre really, let's not get around with aesthetics. Yeah, certainly the Michelin PS5s, which are out now, look a lot better, but you know, it's a tyre at the end of the day. Yeah, as I kind of said there. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with the tyres. I think if you're just like, for 90% of people out there, 95% of people out there, it's really is a tyre I can recommend. I can definitely say go for the Goodyear Asymmetric 6s. Now, I'll give you more of an update again, a few more 1,000 miles on the car. I think that would be really helpful to you guys. And yeah, but just don't be surprised that you've potentially lost a little bit of dynamics, because that's just what I have, like a significant drop off, which is a bit of a shame, but the car's still good to drive. I mean, listen, it goes where you want it to go. I just don't get that feel as I did before now, and I've owned this car, you know, 8 years, so I just know the little intricacies, like on the steering, when you're sort of like just a little bit of turning, a little bit of change, and yeah, it's not quite got what it had before, with the Michelin PS4s that I had, and that's not even the 4Ss, which I have heard are very, very good, and I have tried them on other cars too. So that's my update. Any more kind of updates on the Golf R? No, I think that's the biggest change that I've kind of done. The car's been running well. There's been sort of no issues. Again, the tyres have been the main update for it. It's still running well. I still have flighting fancies of whether or not I want to keep it forever. That's probably the downside of it. It's probably too perfect, probably in combination with the tyres as well. Sometimes you can get to a stage where it's like, oh, it's just everything is just right, where potentially I'm at for a phase where it's like, oh, could mix things up a little bit and try something new, just for a change really. And I guess I was expecting the change in the tyres. I don't know, I just thought like with Goodyear, basically just don't, I mean, I knew this kind of beforehand as well. Don't take a name, Goodyear Eagle F1. You think, oh, F1. Yeah, it's not worked like that. Michelin Pilot Sport 4. Even they're not as sporty as you get in more sporty tyres. You know, there's more track orientated tyres, not just with the Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2s, but you've also got like the Pirelli P0 Corsas, which I've tried on the Focus ST track pack. They're proper serious, and you do notice the difference, and you can even see the difference. And fingers crossed, actually, I've said this before, but hopefully get the opportunity to meet up with that owner as well. Weather's just been horrendous, and in a 400 plus brake horsepower Evo Stage 2 car, it's quite difficult to find the right time to get out in it. But yeah, fingers crossed, still in contact with the owner, so yeah, fingers crossed that all works. And if you want to reach out and you want to have something shared on the channel, feel free to let me know. And if you have any comments that I'll be happy to answer. It's a community channel at the end of the day, so let me know your thoughts in the comments on the Goodyear Eagle F1 Asymmetric 6s, and my kind of thoughts potentially on other tyres too. Otherwise, I wish you well, and welcome to the channel if you're new. And yeah, have a fantastic rest of your day and week, and subscribe, plenty more content to come. I'm sort of doing a video a day at the moment, so yeah, well worth subscribing, plenty of stuff coming on.